Well, I'm here right now with Seraph, who seems to show up on TIP and then leave from TIP and then show up on TIP, TDK sub. Seraph, what is going on? Like, what is this kind of like crazy yo-yo that's happening with you?
Um, Usually, yeah, I'm in the TDK now, but always TIP request to me a sub.
Yeah.
But Sunday, I want to practice with TDK, so I refuse that
Okay.
suggestion.
Okay, so you were like, I can't do Sunday, but you're okay on Saturdays.
Yep.
Okay. So what is it like playing with TIP, especially compared to TDK? Because you're like playing with these two different teams that must be so strange.
Well, most different thing is like TDK use full Korean, but TIP use half and half. Like, yeah. So, but it's really good for me because it was a really fresh experience.
Yeah.
Like, remember the like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Now, I hope I don't offend you, but I will say that there was kind of this feeling when you were on CLG that you would get really nervous on stage or tilt or whatever. How is it, for you now, a couple years later, playing on stage again?
Well, I was super kid like 2 years ago, and as a mentality and as a skills as a player, but now I'm getting old maybe, so now I'm good, and I trust 100% of my teammates, even TIP. They're really good teammates, so I'm not getting nervous anymore.
Now, we talked about TIP. What is it like on TDK right now?
I'm sorry.
What is it like for you playing on TDK right now?
Um,
Like, what do you think of the team of TDK, of your teammates? Are you going to make it into LCS? How do you feel about TDK?
well, OK is a monster. He's just 1v5 every time, so OK is definitely good. And I really sad Ninja doesn't play with us like in this season.
Yeah.
I mean, the spring split, so it's really hard. It's really hard for me, and it's actually miserable. But and environment is good. Um, but I think every people after the this like first week we first play enemy, and we actually did the 1v1. We won one, but everyone expected, oh, we are gonna crush the enemy. But I'm so sad for fans, and well, yeah, we play bad, so we're gonna keep improving, and we will be better.
Well, it sounds good. I'm glad that you've got that going. I feel like we might have to wrap up soon, so I'm going to ask you just two more questions. First off, with your time on the LCS stage here, what does that allow you to do? How do you learn and bring that to TDK? Like your experiences with TIP, are there things that you learn from that and that you can bring to TDK to help the team with?
Yeah, of course. And also I thought Messi was just okay ADC,
Yeah.
but after I play with like couple of games, I realize he's really logical, and he's really smart, actually smarter than Doublelift. So I gotta learn a lot of from Mesh, and now I can. After I back to TDK, we are rotating is better.
Oh yeah. Okay. Very good. And then finally, so many people think that Team Impulse is just going to get like relegated. People are like they're going to lose. They feel like they're the worst team. What do you think? Do you think that is true, or do you think that they're actually a good team? What do you think of TIP?
Everyone expects TIP can relegate it, but that's definitely not gonna happen because Proxy is really really good jungler. I think he can be a second rush in America, and I actually don't know about Pyrian, so because I'm not close with him in Korea,
Yeah.
but definitely Proxy is one of the best jungler in NA.
That's interesting. Is there anything that you would like to say to any of the fans out there?
I love my fans, and thanks for our sponsors, Arena Online, and our co-owner, like CEO Christian. I really appreciate it too.
Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for the interview. It's good to talk to you again. Your English definitely improved, and it feels like you're more comfortable on the LCS stage, so it's fun to see. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things League of Legends at GameSpot.com/LOL.